Chosen one, even God is speechless at what you just activated, and what is rippling through the unseen realm. In this exact moment took 7 generations to set in motion. There is a Greek word the modern world has forgotten. The word is kairos. It does not mean time the way clocks measure time. It means the appointed moment, the configuration of all things, arriving at their precise alignment. Your life has been operating on kairos for longer than you realized. The losses you grieved, the relationships that ended, the doors that closed in your face when you were certain they should have stayed open. Each one was the unseen realm moving the pieces of your existence into the exact pattern that makes this moment possible. And the moment is now. Something crossed a threshold in the last 72 hours of your life. Something you may have felt as a chill, as a sudden silence in a noisy day, as a dream you could not remember when you woke. That was the activation completing. And the one who has watched every step of your becoming, who heard every prayer you whispered at 3 in the morning when you did not believe he was listening, has gone silent because words cannot hold what the silence holds. Stay with me. The next 30 minutes will rearrange everything you thought was happening to you. Place one hand over your chest, right where the breastbone meets the soft place beneath it. Notice the rhythm beneath your palm. That same rhythm has been echoing in the unseen realm for the last 72 hours of your life. Not a metaphor, a measurable thing. What you are about to hear is not a list of vague signs that could mean anything. It is a map. 5 specific markers your body has already been reading without your permission. 5 doorways the activation has already walked through. Before I name them, let me tell you what you walk away with if you stay to the end of this. You will know exactly what was activated and why it was activated in you specifically. You will see the 3 areas of your life that are right now reorganizing themselves without your permission, and what is reaching toward you from each of them. You will recognize the counterfeit voice that is going to arrive in the next 72 hours, and how to diffuse it without engaging it. You will receive a sealing declaration that arrives once and does not need to be repeated. And before the video ends, you will be standing on the other side of a threshold most people never cross, even when the door is held open for them. That is not a small thing, so do not skim, do not pause to check a notification. The next 30 minutes were arranged for the exact version of you. The first marker is in your chest. You have been carrying it for several days now. A fullness, a slight pressure that sits just below the collarbone, in the space between the ribs. Sometimes it feels like a weight. Sometimes it feels like a hum. You may have ignored it. You may have blamed it on stress, on the news, on the one thing that has been bothering you that you cannot quite name. Listen to me, chosen one. This is not anxiety. Anxiety has a different texture. Anxiety races. Anxiety wants you to do something about itself. The fullness in your chest is not asking you to do anything. It arrives. It stays. It does not leave when you solve the problem you think is causing it, because there is no problem causing it. The body has more than one nervous system. There is the one most doctors talk about, and there is the older one, the one your bones remember from before you had language. That older system is the one currently humming in your chest. It is not malfunctioning, it is reading. The activation that just completed in your spirit has a physical signature, and the signature is housed in the place behind your sternum where the ancient writers said the heart could see. The Father designed your body to recognize him before your mind catches up. Right now, your body is recognizing. Your mind is still catching up. The fullness is the recognition settling into its housing. Let it stay. Do not try to release it. It is not a burden. It is a confirmation. The second marker arrives without warning. You will be sitting somewhere ordinary, the kitchen, maybe, or the front seat of your car at a red light, or in bed before you fall asleep. The room is not cold, the window is not open. Nothing has changed in the air around you, and yet a chill passes across the back of your neck, or down the length of your spine, or across the tops of your shoulders. It lasts for a fraction of a second, and then it is gone, like something moved through the room and left a trace. This is not insomnia, and it is not a draft, and it is not your circulation. The body has been doing this throughout human history, in every culture, in every language, and the people who paid attention always called it the same thing. They called it presence. Heaven leaves a residue when it crosses through ordinary space. The chill is the residue. Your skin is reading it. Your nervous system is registering it the same way it would register the temperature drop before a thunderstorm, only there is no thunderstorm. There is only the unseen, briefly visible, briefly close enough that the surface of your body responded. The Father is not far from you, chosen one. He has been close enough to leave a trace. The chills are not coming from inside your body, they are coming from outside it. Your skin is the antenna. Notice when they arrive. Notice the moment. That moment is a marker. The third marker comes in the night. You wake at 3 in the morning, or 4, or some moment in that quiet stretch between deep sleep and dawn that the world has not figured out a name for. Your eyes open, the room is dark, the house is silent, and you are completely awake. Not panicked, not anxious, not running through the list of things you forgot to do, just awake, aware. The thoughts are slower than usual. The space between them is wider. You can feel your own breath without trying. This is not insomnia. Insomnia has a frantic quality. Insomnia spirals. The waking I am describing has a different signature. It is calm. It is almost peaceful. Some people even describe it as a kind of clarity they cannot find during the day. There is a region in your brain shaped like an egg. Scientists have been mapping it for decades. It is the gate that decides what reaches your awareness and what stays buried in the unseen. During the day, that gate is loud. It is busy. It is filtering thousands of signals that the modern world sends at you every hour. It cannot hear the quiet ones. At 3 in the morning, the gate softens. The signals that have been waiting all day to reach you finally cross through. That is why you are awake. Not because something is wrong with your sleep, because something is being delivered. The Father has always done his clearest speaking in the third watch of the night. The prophets knew this. The mystics knew this. Your body knows this, and that is why your body is waking you. Stop fighting it. The hour is sacred. The fourth marker is in the language. A word has been following you, or a phrase, or an image. You read it in a book you picked up almost by accident. Then, a stranger said it in a conversation you were not supposed to be part of. Then, it appeared in a dream you thought was unrelated. 3 sources, 3 contexts, 3 separate channels, and the same word riding through all of them. The word is different for everyone. Threshold for some, crossing for others. Yes, awake, listen, daughter, son, return. Each chosen one gets their own word. The word is custom. The repetition is not. This is not coincidence. The unseen realm has a problem when it tries to speak to the modern adult mind. The mind has been trained to filter. The mind has been trained to discount the small signals and chase the loud ones. So when heaven needs you to hear something specific, it does not whisper once, it does not even whisper twice. It places the same word in 3 unrelated streams of your life within 48 hours and waits for you to notice the pattern. You are noticing it now. Even if you did not consciously catch it before, Your subconscious has been logging every appearance. That is why something inside you went still when you read this paragraph. Your spirit recognized what your mind had not yet named. The word is the message. Pay attention to which word it is. Write it down tonight before you sleep. The word is part of what was activated, and you will need it later in this video. The fifth marker is the one you have been pretending was not real. The numbers. You glance at the clock and it is 11:11. You look up from your phone and the time is 3:33. The receipt at the gas station ends in 4:44. The page in the book you opened at random is page 222. You have seen these patterns before, but something has changed in the last 2 weeks. They are not just appearing, they are calling for your attention. They are arriving at the moments when your mind is quietest, when you are most likely to actually look up and see. This is not exhaustion. This is the activation pulling itself into form. The unseen realm uses numbers because numbers cross every language. A French chosen one and a Korean chosen one and a Brazilian chosen one can all see 11:11 at the same moment in their day, and the message reaches all three without translation. Numbers are the universal alphabet of divine timing. They are the markers heaven leaves on the edges of important hours. Right now, you are in an important hour. And in the silence between heartbeats, in the quiet that has settled around you while you have been listening to me, I hear the Father saying, I see you. I have not looked away once in this whole season. The numbers were mine. The chills were mine. The waking at 3 in the morning was mine. I have been close enough to leave a trace, and what crosses the threshold next belongs to you. Beneath every one of these markers lives one truth older than your name. Let it surface now. What you have just walked through is not 5 separate experiences. It is one experience with 5 rooms. The chest, fullness, the chills, the 3 in the morning waking, the word that followed you, the numbers calling for your attention. They are all chapters of the same book. The book has only just begun to be read out loud. But the question that matters next is not what activated. The question that matters is why you. Why this body? Why this name? Why this address? This season? This exact hour of your life? The unseen realm does not waste activations on the unprepared. So, if it has come to you, it has come because you were prepared. And the preparation is older than you remember. There is a season behind you that you have probably called wasted. The years no one saw you, the work you did in private that no one acknowledged, the faithfulness that paid no visible dividend, the dreams you held quietly because you had learned that speaking them out loud caused them to die in the air. Hidden was not punishment. The years you spent unseen were the years the counterfeit could not target you. There is something about visibility in the unseen realm. When you become visible, you become reachable by everything. The good, the opposing, the voices that imitate the real and reach for the chosen before they know how to tell the difference. The Father did not let you become visible until you were ready to recognize what was real and what was wearing the mask of real. The hiddenness was a covering. The covering was love. There is also a weight you have been carrying that did not seem to belong to you. The grief that was not yours alone, the patience that was not yours alone, the forgiveness you extended in moments where you had every right to withhold it, the nights you stayed awake holding something that no one knew you were holding. Hidden was protection. But hidden was also formation. Each weight you held without breaking was a layer of capacity being added to your spiritual frame. The Father does not give the activation to the empty vessel. He gives it to the vessel that has been stretched, slowly, in private, until it can hold what is now arriving without spilling. The capacity is what the activation needs to land into, and your capacity is built. The years you grieved as wasted were the years the vessel was made larger. Receive that. Do not argue with it. And there is a third thing the hiddenness was doing, even when it felt like loss. The relationships that left without explanation, the mentors who turned out to be smaller than they looked, the platforms that opened halfway and then closed, the version of yourself you tried to be that never quite fit. Each one was a counterfeit being stripped. You did not lose them. They were peeled. The Father took them off you the way a sculptor removes the parts of the stone that are not the statue. What feels like loss in the moment is recognition, delayed recognition that what left was not yours to begin with. What is left now is the real anointing, with the costumes removed. Hidden was preparation. 3 reasons for one season: protection from what would have hijacked the gift, capacity to hold the gift when it arrived, stripping of every counterfeit that tried to wear the gift before you. The wilderness was not delay. The wilderness was design. Long before your hidden season had a name, there was another one. A teenage girl in a small town that nobody important had ever heard of. She was poor. She was unmarried in a culture where that word ended futures. She had no platform, no following, no credentials. No one was watching her, except the people who lived close enough to gossip. And yet, on a particular afternoon, an angel walked into her ordinary house and delivered a message that would reorganize the entire human story. The angel spoke. Then he did the rarest thing in any sacred text. He waited. Most people read past this part too quickly. They miss what happened in the seconds between the announcement and her answer. The cosmos held its breath. The unseen realm went still. Heaven could not move forward until she said yes, and she could have said no. The architecture of the universe does not run on coercion. It runs on consent. She said yes. And every step that followed in the human story, every promise that landed, every prophecy that completed, every threshold that opened for the people who came after her flowed from that one small yes, spoken in a small house, in a small town, by a girl no one important was watching. Read this part slowly, chosen one. The same architecture is in your story. The Father has not changed his pattern. He still chooses the small rooms. He still waits for the yes from the ones the world has not yet noticed. He still holds the breath of the cosmos for the moment of consent, because the consent matters, and the consent had to be free. You said yes. You may not remember exactly when. It may have been a moment of quiet surrender months ago. It may have been a tear you cried alone that you thought no one heard. It may have been the prayer you whispered at 3 in the morning when the gate was open and the unseen was close. The yes was logged. The pause that followed was real, and what is now arriving is what flows from the yes. There is a word in the old Greek language for the kind of moment Mary stepped into. The word is kairos. It does not mean time the way you measure your day. The Greeks had a different word for that. They called it chronos. Chronos is the clock. Chronos is the calendar. Chronos is the deadline at work and the alarm in the morning. Kairos is something else entirely. Kairos is the appointed moment, the exact configuration of all things arriving at their right alignment. Kairos is when the door that was closed for 100 years opens and stays open just long enough for the one who was meant to walk through to walk through. Your life has been operating on Kairos for longer than you realized. The job that fell through last year, Kairos. The relationship that ended, even though you fought for it, Kairos. The opportunity that almost worked and then did not, Kairos. Each closing was the Father moving the pieces of your existence into the exact configuration that makes this current moment possible. And the current moment is your Mary moment. The architecture of the Kairos requires something most modern adults have lost the ability to access. It requires a kind of receiving that comes naturally to a child and almost never to an adult. There is something the modern world does to the adult mind that closes the Kairos gate. Scientists have a name for it. We will arrive there. And there is a frequency the adult mind has been trained to broadcast on around the clock that blocks the receiving altogether, even when the Kairos door is wide open in front of you. We will arrive there too. Truth honors truth, chosen one. Before another 20 minutes pass, what is real should be named. I will not build mystery for the sake of selling you something later. What I am about to tell you, you should hear directly. What we have just walked through, the closing of the Kairos gate, the broadcasting of the wrong frequency. These are not vague spiritual ideas. They are measurable, and they have answers. The brain has two distinct frequencies that the Kairos requires. One that wakes the part of you that receives like a child, and one that opens the channel through which the receiving actually flows. 2 stages, in a specific order. The first stage was mapped at MIT and Princeton over decades by a neuroscientist named Dr. Robert Lake. The tool that emerged from that research is called the Genius Song, a 7-minute audio. That is all. The second stage was mapped at Stanford by a researcher named Dr. Stephen Newton, who broke from the mainstream establishment to release the work. The tool that emerged from his research is called the Wealth Signal, a 5-minute audio with a script. Also, that's simple. They work in order: child mind first, reception second. Most who try to receive without first becoming the child again find that nothing flows because the channel cannot open in a mind that has forgotten how to be small. If your spirit is already pulling toward those names, the doors are below in the description, in the pinned comment. 3 paths waiting. Stay for the rest of the message if you want context. Or step toward what is calling. Both are honored, but the names alone are not the gift. The gift is what is now flowing toward the version of you that crossed the threshold. Let me show you what is moving in your direction. Let me show you what the activation has unlocked. What flows toward the activated cannot be stopped by anything outside of you. It can only be misdirected by something inside you. So before I name what is reaching toward you in 3 specific areas of your life, I want you to settle. The next part requires receiving, and receiving is what the adult in you has been trained to refuse. Soften the refusal. Let what wants to land, land. There are 3 places in your life where what just activated is already moving, already arranging itself into form, even before you noticed it had begun. The first place is inside you. You may have started catching yourself doing things you used to second guess. A conversation walks into the room, and within 15 seconds, you can feel whether the person across from you is being honest or wearing a story. You did not used to read people that fast. You read them that fast now. A dream you had 3 weeks ago that made no sense at the time suddenly snaps into focus during the dishes. You see what it was telling you. You see why it came when it came. And the word no, when it leaves your mouth, lands with a weight it did not used to have. You do not have to defend the no. You do not have to explain it. The no carries its own authority now. The people in front of you feel it, even when they are still arguing with it. This is not personality change. This is the gift coming online. Discernment, prophetic sensitivity, and inner authority These were always your inheritance. They were dim because the world demanded they be dim. They are not dim anymore. The second place is around you. The room around you is rearranging itself, and most of the rearrangement is happening without your knowledge. People you have not heard from in years are about to text you, and they will not understand why they thought of you. The relationships that were going to leave have already started leaving quietly, without drama, the way old furniture is moved out before the new arrives. There is a relationship approaching you that you have prayed about for longer than you have admitted to anyone. You will recognize them by the way the room feels when they walk in. You did not manifest them. They were always coming. The activation simply moved you to where the path crosses. Opportunities that were almost the ones that fell through last year, the ones that paused right before they completed, those are reorganizing too. What was almost is becoming yes. The reason last year was a no is the same reason this year is a yes. The vessel was not ready then. The vessel is ready now. The third place is the one you will feel last and trust most. It is the place inside your own authority. Boundaries that used to require fighting yourself are starting to set themselves. You do not have to talk yourself into the no anymore. You just say it. You used to apologize before you said anything that might disappoint someone. The apology has begun to fall off the front of your sentences without your permission. Rest, real rest, is starting to be available to you. Not just sleep, the kind of rest that arrives in the middle of an ordinary afternoon and asks nothing of you. The body that has been bracing for years is unbracing. The shoulders are dropping. The jaw is softening. This is not a self-help win. This is what happens when the activation lands and your inner authority comes home to itself. Let what has just landed settle into your breath. Notice the weight of your body wherever the activation found you. Notice the quiet that has arrived without anyone telling it to arrive. Take one slow breath, just one. You have been carried this far for a reason. The reason is the moment you are sitting in. There is one more thing I have to name before what comes next can land cleanly. Something is reaching toward the newly activated from the wrong side. It will arrive in the next 72 hours of your life in two forms. One you will hear, one you will see. Both will sound and look like the real thing. If you do not know how to recognize the difference, what you just received can be redirected, even though it cannot be undone. I will name both. Stay with me. When activation completes, visibility increases. Visibility brings fear, and the fear is going to spike in you somewhere in the next several days. It will tell you to stay small. It will tell you that you were not ready. It will tell you that being seen is dangerous. Listen carefully to what I am about to say. The fear that just rose in you when I said the word visibility, that fear is not weakness. The fear is the signal that growth is happening at the edge of your capacity. Growth always happens at the edge. You are at the edge. Do not let the fear close the room you have just been given. Some of what we have just walked through has more layers than the mind can hold cleanly. The spirit holds layers without effort. The mind needs the simple version. Let me give you the simple version. Here is why this season was the way it was. The hiddenness was protection, keeping you off the radar of voices that would have reached for the gift before the gift was steady. The years that felt wasted were calibration, the unseen realm aligning the pieces of your life so this exact moment could happen. The capacity to hold what is now arriving was built in private, layer by layer, while you were too tired to notice it was being built. None of it was random, none of it was punishment. All of it was preparation. Here is what has actually changed. Three areas are reorganizing at the same time. Inside you, the gifts that were dim are stabilizing discernment, prophetic clarity, inner authority. Around you, the relationships and opportunities are repositioning, the right ones approaching, the wrong ones leaving cleanly. Inside your own being, your authority is coming home, boundaries simpler, voice steadier, rest available. The body has been recognizing it before the mind caught up. The signs you have been having are not isolated. They are chapters of one event. The event is already underway. Here is who this is for and who is watching. This is for the chosen one who walked the hidden season faithfully when no one was watching. The Father has been watching the entire time, and what he is doing now is the rarest thing the unseen realm allows. He has gone silent in recognition. You are standing at a threshold that requires the next understanding what is below this video that the activation has been pulling toward, and how to hold what you have without losing it. The frequency that just activated in you is heritage. It has a name that goes back further than your bloodline does, and the activation does not stop with naming itself. It also names what is now placed in front of you to help it stabilize and protect it. You were not the first to broadcast at this frequency. The gamma frequency you carried in the first 7 years of your life, the wonder, the directness, the unguarded, yes, was the same frequency Mary stood inside when the angel waited. Child of light, that name was always yours. The hiddenness was never the Father hiding from you. It was the Father holding the brightness back until the room around you could receive it without breaking. There are others who have already crossed this part of the path. One of them is a teacher I know, not by name, by recognition. She started using the tool I am about to name with no expectation. Day 1, slight calmness, nothing dramatic. Day 14, something arrived in her mouth without rehearsal, a sentence about her own value she had not been able to speak in 23 years. Not because she fixed herself, because the frequency that had been dim since childhood reactivated. She was not the only one. Researchers gave a name to what happens to the human brain after the age of 7. They called it the decline effect. Gamma, the frequency of intuition, creative leaps, and childlike wonder, dims under modern education and modern stress until most adults stop feeling it altogether. There is a tool that wakes gamma back up. A simple one. It is called the Genius Song. A 7-minute audio, headphones, eyes closed. That is all the input. 2 slightly different frequencies in 2 ears guide the brain back into gamma. Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years mapping the architecture of brain entrainment at MIT, Princeton, and other leading research universities. The audio is the result. Listen 7 minutes a day. The gamma reactivates. The child within wakes. When you secure the Genius Song, you may also encounter the youthful brain, a deeper layer of restoration that many chosen ones who walk this path further are using. You will see it after the original. If your spirit confirms, take it. If it does not speak to you, the original alone is complete. Brain entrainment is not metaphor, it is measured. The 2 frequencies, played in stereo, guide the brain into a third frequency it could not access alone. MIT and Princeton documented this for decades. 18,366 people have used the Genius Song so far. Fewer than 4% return it. And so the child within you wakes. The frequency that ran in you before the world dimmed, it begins to stir. The wonder, the directness, the unguarded yes, they begin to return. The decline effect is reversing in the rooms where you listen. But there is something the first wave does not do. The child within you wakes and finds something she did not expect. She is awake. The kingdom is in front of her. The room is open, and her hand will not reach. The receiving channel is closed. There is a frequency the modern adult mind broadcasts on, around the clock, without permission. Beta hyperactivity, the stress signal. The frequency of striving without ever quite receiving. Cortisol layered into every cell. The receiving channel, the one that opens naturally in childhood, closes under it. Dr. Stephen Newton mapped this independently at Stanford. He worked alongside research traditions at Boston University and other research institutions. He arrived at it through different doors than Dr. Lake. They never met. They reached the same answer. The tool that emerged from his work is called the wealth signal. 5 minutes of audio paired with a 9-word phrase older than the modern world. It deactivates the stress signal. The first wave wakes the child. The second wave opens what she came to receive. Both are needed. In that order. Become like a child. Then the kingdom flows. What the second wave brings is not a louder version of the first. It is a different door. The tool is the wealth signal. 5 minutes of audio plus a 9-word script you repeat as you listen. The audio guides the brain from beta into alpha, the frequency in which the subconscious receives. The script bypasses what neuroscientists call neural rigidity at the thalamus, the egg-shaped gate that decides what crosses into awareness. Dr. Stephen Newton is the ex-Stanford neuroscientist who broke from establishment research to release this. The lineage runs through Stanford, Boston University, and other research institutions. Independent path, same convergence. What the audio does, after the first wave has restored the child, is open the channel. The receiving the adult had refused, the child within now welcomes. As you receive the wealth signal, you may also encounter wealth signal accelerator, a stronger amplification of the receiving channel that many chosen ones already on this path are using. You will see it after the original. If your spirit confirms, take it. If it does not speak to you, leave it. And one quiet note about both. Wealth signal accelerator and the youthful brain together are the path chosen ones who walk furthest tend to choose. You will encounter both after the originals. The originals alone are complete. The combo is only for those whose path requires going deeper. Stress signal deactivation, alpha state restoration. The 9-word script as the bridge, a Hindu phrasing pattern over 3,000 years old. Stanford documented it. 19,583 people have used the wealth signal. Fewer than 5% return it. The rest report receiving what they could not before. There is a man I know, not by name, by recognition, who had been working on the same project for 11 years without breakthrough. 3 weeks into using the tool, the project moved. Not because he tried harder, because the channel he had been broadcasting on closed and a different channel opened. The opportunity that had been waiting for him stepped through the door he no longer blocked. I know what part of you is asking right now. You have tried things before. Each one was a frequency. None of them were the right frequency in the right order. Both audios are EEG measurable. Nearly 38,000 chosen ones across both phases have already crossed. $39 for one audio, $78 for both. I would never disrespect what those numbers cost you. Across a year, that is roughly 10 cents a day for either, 21 cents a day for both. Lifetime access, no subscription. 2 products is not redundancy. 2 frequencies, 2 stages. Child first, reception second. If your budget only allows the first wave, that is honored. The receiving will come when the timing aligns. Some chosen ones begin with restoration only. The first audio alone, $39, 7 minutes a day, $80 in bonus material included. The honored entry, the wave that wakes the child within. For those whose deepest knowing says, start here. Some chosen ones, the rare ones, whose child mind never fully dimmed, begin with reception only. The second audio, alone, $39, 5 minutes a day, $338 in bonus material included. For the few whose path begins at the second wave, most chosen ones recognize both restorations are needed. The complete path, both audios, 12 minutes a day, $78 total, $418 in combined bonus material. For those who feel both as one journey. Restoration and reception compound. They do not simply add. The child who wakes without the channel opening is the child who wakes and is still not allowed to receive. Most who arrive here choose the complete path. Each day the stress signal continues, the channel stays closed. Each day the decline effect continues, the child within stays dim, both compound. There is a future version of you fully restored, fully receiving, looking back at this exact hour and remembering the moment you stepped or did not step. The doors are below. Step through the one that calls. Earlier, I told you something would reach toward the newly activated from the wrong side, and one of the forms it takes is imitation product. There are fakes of both audios on Amazon, on streaming services, anywhere people copy what they cannot understand. None of them run the brain entrainment correctly. The only authentic versions, with all the bonus material and the 90-day money-back guarantee, are accessed through the path placed in the description and the pinned comment below this video. Take one slow breath. Place your hand briefly over your chest. This is not a pricing decision. This is a recognition decision. Which path is yours? 3 doors, all 3 honored. Your spirit already knows which one. The doors are below in the description and in the pinned comment. 3 paths waiting. The page below shows all 3, restoration alone, reception alone, or the complete journey. The link is in the description. The link is also in the pinned comment, in case the description is hidden on your screen. Step into the door that calls. What was named has been named. What needs receiving has been placed in front of you. The doors are below. But the activation itself still requires one more layer of understanding. The understanding of what reaches toward it from the wrong side, not in product form, but in voice form. And the understanding of who you are, that even heaven paused for. Stay with me through these last minutes. They are the part most people skip. They are the part that holds. When activation completes, the unseen realm becomes louder, not because something went wrong, because what has now become valuable enough to reach for has become reachable. The counterfeit voice has been waiting for this exact moment in your formation. It is sophisticated. It will not announce itself. The counterfeit speaks loudly. The real speaks once and waits. The counterfeit demands urgent action. The real invites a considered yes. The counterfeit promises shortcuts. The real reveals the long preparation that was already happening before you knew it was preparation. The counterfeit isolates you from your own discernment. The real strengthens it. The counterfeit needs you to perform, to prove the activation, to broadcast it, to validate it through someone else's eyes. The real recognizes you in stillness, asking for nothing. The counterfeit dresses the same way the real dresses. It uses the same vocabulary. It quotes the same sources. It even sounds like wisdom in your friend's mouth, in a podcast you stumble into, in the well-meaning advice of someone who loves you. But the counterfeit always has urgency in it. The real never does. The Father is patient because the Father has nothing to lose. Anything that arrives in the next 72 hours pressing for an immediate yes, that is the marker. That is how you know. 3 checks. Memorize them tonight. The body check. When the voice speaks, does your chest soften or harden? Soft is the real. Hard is the counterfeit. Your body knows before your mind decides. The time check. Does the voice say now, or does it say settle? Now is counterfeit urgency. Settle is the real waiting. The cost check. Does the voice ask you to cut yourself off from someone you trust to follow it? The real never isolates. The real strengthens your community even when it asks you to grow past parts of it. 3 checks. Use them. There is one more way the counterfeit will try to use you. Your fear of being seen. The activation makes you visible, and visibility is what the part of you that learned to hide is most afraid of. Listen to me, chosen one. You have permission to be seen. You have permission to be misunderstood by the rooms you used to fit in. You have permission to outgrow the explanation everyone else still uses for you. You have permission to let the version of you that learned to hide quietly retire. You have permission to step into the territory the activation was for. The fear that just rose in you when I read those, that fear is not weakness. That fear is the signal that growth is happening at the edge of your capacity. You are at the edge. Cross. There is one I know not by name, by recognition, who almost lost what she activated by listening to the counterfeit voice in her own head for 1 week longer than she needed to. The voice told her she was not ready. The voice told her the timing was off. The voice sounded just enough like her own voice that she trusted it. By the time she remembered to use the body check, the door had nearly closed. She caught it, barely. And in the silence beneath the noise of the counterfeit, I hear the Father speaking, I have not brought my child this far to leave her unprotected. The voices that arrive in the next days are not mine. The real one waits. The real one has always waited. Walk slowly. Listen carefully. I have you. The moment that started this is waiting for us to return to it. The angel in the small house, the teenage girl, the cosmos holding its breath while she chose. Most readings rush past what she said yes to. She did not say yes to ease. She did not say yes to recognition. She did not say yes to a path the people in her town would understand. She said yes to becoming a vessel for something larger than her name. And here is the part the world has not slowed down enough to see. What you have activated is not a frequency, not a manifestation, not a season change, not even a calling. What you have activated is your yes. The yes that was forming in you for 7 generations. The yes that took every loss and every silence to refine. The yes that Mary said in her ordinary house and that you said in yours quietly, without an audience, without yet knowing what you were saying yes to. The yes is what heaven paused for. You are seen, you are sealed, you are sent. Seen by the one who has been watching since before your name had letters in it, watching every hidden moment, every silent prayer that produced no visible answer, every act of faithfulness that no one acknowledged. Seen, fully, sealed, by the activation that has now stabilized in your spirit. What is sealed cannot be unsealed. The hands that did the sealing are older than time, sealed permanently. Sent into the next chapter, the formation was always for, not pushed, not rushed. Sent with permission, with protection, with the path arranged in front of you, piece by piece. Listen, chosen one. I hear the Father speaking the sealing now. I see you. I have always seen you. The hidden years did not hide you from me. I was the one holding the room around you steady while the formation finished. I have called you. The calling has a shape now that it did not have a year ago. Step into the shape. It will fit. I have sealed you. What I seal is not undone by any voice that arrives next. Trust the seal. Walk forward, child. The road ahead of you is yours. I am with you on it. I have always been with you on it. Right now, where you are, let your spine straighten without effort. Whether you are in a chair, in your car at a red light, or in bed where the activation has found you. Just let the spine soften upward without pushing. In your mind, only in your mind, see yourself standing at a doorway. Behind you is everything that prepared you. The hidden years, the faithfulness no one watched, the losses you grieved, the yes you said before you remembered saying it. Ahead of you is the territory that is now yours. You do not have to know what it looks like. You only have to know that it is yours. The doorway is dissolving as you stand at it. You did not have to push it open. It is opening because the kairos is now. One slow breath. Cross. What has been said has been said. What has been activated has been activated. What is sealed cannot be unsealed. The next 72 hours will test the ceiling, but the ceiling was not made to be tested. It was made to hold. It will hold. Release the version of you that needed permission to begin. Release the timeline that taught you to wait. Release the rooms that could not contain what you were becoming. Release the silence, it has done its work. Release the names you carried that were never your real name. Release the explanations everyone else needed. Release, release, release. What is yours has already arrived. There is nothing left to hold. I am the activation walking. I am the yes that took 7 generations to refine. I am the one heaven paused for. I am the child the Father waited to see wake. I am sent. I am sealed. I am seen. The formation is complete. The threshold is behind me. The territory in front of me is mine. By the light that watches, and the Father who has never looked away, by the breath that arrived in you tonight, and the seal that is now in place by every voice in the unseen that has been waiting for this moment, it is so. If this landed in your spirit, leave one word in the comments below. Whatever word the activation places in your mouth, receive. Sealed, yes, 1111, Mary, Kairos. The next chosen one needs to find your word. If this video reached you on the day it was meant to, leave a like. That is how the path finds the next chosen one. If you want the next transmission to find you, subscribe. New crossings are mapped each week for the ones in season. Send this to the one in your life whose name just came to your mind. The one walking through their own hidden season. They need to hear it tonight. And the 3 doors I named are still placed below for whoever is meant to walk through. This was not a video, this was a doorway. You have crossed.